notice our authoritarian leaders force us to work at nighttime.
Panago Pizza presents SCP. The Steve Dangle Podcast with your hosts, Steve Dangle and Adam Wilde.
You know, I learned something from last episode.
From last episode?
From last episode.
Where we talked about nothing dramatic.
First off,
baseball mostly.
According to right-wing Penguins fans, I am a cuck.
I was not ready for that. I didn't read that.
And according to right-wing Caps fans, you are a cuck.
Oh, I'm a cuck?
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
fine.
it's actually opposite.
Oh, it's the opposite?
No, because I said it was dirty. You said it was clean.
Which fan base says which one of us is a cuck? Adam?
Basically, okay, so Washington fans think you're a cuck, right? And then
Super uncomfortable.
And by the way, I've been called that many times over this. I thought it was interesting that that I could be cuckolded by the fact that somebody hit somebody on an ice in a different country.
So someone was getting sassy in the comments. Just you saw this yesterday too, of the YouTube video. Mm-hmm. And all I said was, how come people who say these things never seem to spell properly? Which, holy shit, it's true. And then they went on an I'm not mad, this is actually funny to me rant. Oh, they weren't mad at him.
Oh, I bet they weren't.
No, they weren't mad. And did I not learn anything from ESPN? And this leftist libtard bullshit is what got a bunch of people laid off from there. And
no, falling cables.
And also,
everybody's cutting their cables, so they got
and also, the fans made me, and without them, I'd be nothing.
Well, that's true,
and I'm gonna fall flat, which is true, except for the last part. And also, fuck you. You're not all of the fans. You're one angry one.
This is not, by the way, for everybody getting upset right now, this isn't a political rant. It's just hilarious that we're just using those words in everything.
Just throwing it around.
Every situation. If you're different than me, you're a cuck. Well, I don't know. Anyway, so I also found it interesting, though. If you look at the fallout and reaction to that hit, since I saw Paul Coffey, the league needs to look at this.
Yeah,
as if the league wouldn't look at it.
The league needs to look at this.
As if player safety didn't check it out first.
Yeah, right now, Bill Daly's phone is just on his nightstand. Mm-hmm. And, oh, geez, I missed this hit. Oh, forgot my charger.
Yep.
Heavens.
You know what? We'll just tell Matt Niskanen that he doesn't need a hearing. I'm not even going to look at it, though. Yeah. I'm just not going to look at it.
I'm bored. I am hungover. There's no more milk. I got to go get milk for my cereal.
Yep.
And then after that, there's no time.
Yeah, I think one thing that Caps fans, Pens fans, Paul Coffey, Don Cherry, everybody who had something to say on this can agree upon is that nobody really knows. Nobody, objectively speaking, there is no consensus.
Yes. So
but everybody knows.
That was the thing.
Right.
That was strange to me. It wasn't strange to me if you felt one way or another. Mm-hmm. I felt one way.
Hey, Steve, what if it was Austin Matthews? You'd be pissed.
Oh, for fuck's sake. We can get to that. If I wasn't confused if you felt one way or another. I felt one way. I could be convinced of the other way. What confused me was people who felt passionately that it was dirty or as passionately that it was clean, and Crosby faked it, which was my favorite. Which
that's
not.
A good one. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, fake that doctor's diagnosis.
In the playoffs. That's a special.
He missed game 4. Way to really stick to the plan there, Sid. Jesus, everybody.
He missed literally 5.5 periods.
Yeah, Ovechkin, and a bunch of people talking about the Leaf series. Ovechkin dove and faked it when Kadri hit him. Did you see the replay? His knee bent in a fucked up way. His knee bent the opposite way of the knee. He was lucky enough to come back. People work the same.
He hyperextended it and came back. I'm like, no. There's nobody said he hyperextended it.
Well, I thought he did.
Well, you thought he did.
Yeah.
Did anyone say he did?
I don't know.
And if you hyperextend a knee, you're not coming back.
Yeah, if it goes straight, it's one thing. If it goes just a couple degrees, the other.
He didn't hyperextend extend the knee. Period.
This is where all the medical students who listen to us go, ugh.
Well, I mean, it's pretty simple. You hyperextend a knee, you're not coming back. You're not. You're not.
You guys have been going off on your little tangent about this whole situation.
Do we have breaking news?
And you're missing.
Has Nikita Zaitsev signed for 7 more years?
It was actually a 14-year.
All right.
Well
Don
done,
Cherry
Lou.
gets to go at him for 14 years now. He must be excited.
Yeah, this is what it's like to be a Chicago Blackhawks fan. Let's just sign all the illegal contracts.
You've been missing the one key point.
What's the one key point? Hold on.
No.
You didn't give that to me in an internet headline. The one thing that nobody's talking about. That's what you have to say.
And this is the number 7 that I won't believe.
Hockey experts hate him. Jesse knows the one thing that nobody's talking about.
Should Sidney Crosby resign as the face of the NHL?
Is that a question?
By Mark Madden
What?
is what you're missing.
Is that a
in this
blog?
whole key.
Do you follow Mark Madden?
He has very interesting blogs.
I totally believe that Jesse follows him. Jesse, this is why
takes
you
out
and
his
SL
book.
get along so well. You consume things to hate them, and you enjoy that they're bad.
I 100% disagree with that.
So would she, and you're both wrong.
Yeah.
You're both liars.
Jesse enjoys it when people are stupid because, unlike us, we have an emotional response to stupidity, right? We have a problem with it.
I get mad.
Yeah.
Gypsy Sisters makes me upset. Physically upset. I get tight in the chest, and I get angry, and I pound the table, and I leave the room.
So,
Sarah Louise, did she laugh her ass off?
Caprice loves a show called Shameless, and she's currently burning through it right now.
Shameless.
And it is about a trashy family in Chicago who literally can't catch a break, but also doesn't help their cause ever. It's so well written and so well done. It's amazing.
Written.
Yeah, well written. It is a written show, for sure. And it was also a British show before this. But every time they make a dumbass decision, like there's one episode where a baby ends up ingesting cocaine because they're having a cocaine party. And
happens.
You're making no.
No, I'm not.
Wait. Sorry. Is this a fictional program?
Yes, it's a fictional program.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Adam, I don't know anymore,
And then
man.
here's the thing: they put her on
Jesus.
they give the main character played by Emmy Rossum. They gave her an ankle bracelet, and she proceeds to go to another coke party, and gets all coked up, and then ends up in jail for 90 days. And she's the main breadwinner, and her dad's an alcoholic. And anyway,
But sometimes in life that happens.
well, so I get so upset by
Today
this show.
I just watched the South Park episode, White Trash, in trouble. Look into the camera, say, I'm white trash and I'm in trouble. I'm white trash and I'm in trouble.
Well,
Gotta lay off the Pabst Blue Ribbon.
That's why I get physically mad and I have to get up and clean. I have to go do stuff because I can't handle sitting through this show because of stuff like that. But Jesse and SL, this is my very long belabored point. Jesse and SL or Mrs. Dangle, as you guys know her,
whatever.
they are like, at least it's not me. Right?
I don't think that's how I look at it.
I don't
at
know
all.
if that's what they get out of it. I think
Like,
it's pure sadism. Like,
Is it pure sadism?
A little bit. You laugh.
No.
That's your
I
fake
think
voice.
I'm just a reasonable person. And I can look at a situation and be like, hey,
Well, I'm an emotional person.
you're an idiot, and I'm not going to help you.
See, I'm emotion first, reason later.
Like, yeah, a great example of this was Jesse a couple episodes ago when he was like, oh, and you responded.
Exactly.
Yeah. I didn't respond to the cuck ones, though.
Yeah. Well, the point I think I was making at some point was I didn't understand people who felt super passionately one way or the other. Like, the NHL doesn't take head injuries seriously or something like that. Well, okay, that's a discussion I have time for, but
And there's some proof to that. There's some
Absolutely.
emails that might back that up.
But you're sure, beyond the shadow of a doubt, could you convict Matt Niskanen in court that he did that on purpose?
No.
Like,
Marty McSorley wasn't convicted in court.
yes. You know why? Well, first of all, not a hockey play. When did that come into the picture? I must have missed that. Not a hockey play, and yeah, definitely a criminal offense. You could prove beyond a shadow of a doubt Marty McSorley meant to do that shit. Matt Niskanen? No, you can't. Mm-hmm. I didn't understand anyone who felt passionately one way or the other.
So I have to bring this up because this part really gets me. Okay. Don Cherry.
Pens are up 3-1, by the way.
Yeah, well, we'll get to the game.
Yeah.
Don Cherry says in his kind of wrap up of it, and naturally he's pro Crosby. And I mean, I get it. But what he said was, well, they used to have a history. And he was talking about, he shows a clip from them jawing at each other in Dallas in spirit, or giving each other a few whacks, which, by the way, take Crosby and insert person here, insert defenseman here from every team ever. They're gonna have moments, because guess what? If you're a defenseman, you're slashing, hooking, and making life miserable for Sidney Crosby.
He's been the best player in the league for 11 years.
That's the way it goes.
Maybe even longer.
Yeah,
almost 12.
Doesn't matter. A long time,
You
right?
can find a highlight with Crosby.
Exactly, not hard to do.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then when Niskanen goes to Washington, oh boy, and then they show a clip of him and Niskanen going at it, but previously ignoring the fact that for 4 years
They were teammates.
4 years
They were teammates.
after
the Dallas fight.
4 years, and. So much so that Marc-Andre Fleury had Matt Niskanen's name on his helmet as his favorite, one of his favorite former Pens. He's got a whole bunch of them. He covered it up with tape. Oh, yeah. Baby.
No, that means they're feuding. So it's over.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't think Matt Niskanen hates, human. There was the argument that Matt Niskanen wants.
Even if he does.
Oh, he would have stayed in Pittsburgh for 4 years just hating Sidney Crosby?
If he could still hate him, and I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that it was on purpose. I also think there should have been at least 2 penalties on that play. So
absolutely, I agree.
I think I was talking to someone about this yesterday. I think the big thing that comes out of all this is a larger discussion of what is and isn't, as John Shannon put it, an acceptable stick foul.
Yeah.
What Ovechkin did happens 1,000 times a playoff game. And 1,000 times a regular season game. Sometimes it's called in the regular season. It's never called in the playoffs. A slash like that, a two-handed slash, is a hockey play. They accept it. Why? And Jeff Merrick, there was a great discussion. It was on Primetime Sports. John Shannon and Jeff Merrick basically just took over for Bob McCowan. And, okay, so we need to look at stick fouls. And then Jeff goes, well, now, how much of the game do you want to be on special teams? How many penalties are going to get called a game? Is it going to be 10 aside? What is it then? What is it? I think that leads... That's the bigger discussion I got from this. The Crosby injury is super unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. It sucks.
Yeah, and we're talking about it again.
Now,
the big story now
is, are Jay Beagle and Phil Kessel going to play Mario Kart, and which characters they would pick? I want to see that.
My favorite tweet is it had this menacing picture of Phil Kessel, and that it said under his breath, "I'll give you fucking Mario Kart." And the Penguins won without Sidney Crosby. They're up 3-1 in the series.
After all of that,
and Letang, they didn't have Letang for any of it.
And Ron Hainsey, who survived Alexander Ovechkin's vicious intentional puck to the head, even though he was standing basically right beside him. Can I just ask though?
No.
You're the Capitals, right? And all of this has happened.
I'm miserable. Okay. Yes.
Are you not coming out and putting on a better performance than they did last night? I was shocked. Even Barry Trotz was like, "We didn't play our game." You could look at the press conference. He knows it. Did they play it well enough to win? No.
It's so appropriate, I think, that the Leafs and Caps met in the first round, because in different ways, they're two extremely talented, mentally weak teams. The Leafs got much better as the season went on.
And are very young.
And they're very young, of course. Well, and I
don't want to make excuses, but it's like, okay, well...
You're mentally weaker, I think, when you're young.
Absolutely.
I have... developed, I don't know, we'll call them defense mechanisms, but a
thicker skin. You're more of a man.
And it's one of those things where young people listening to this are going to be like, what the hell? Nice face. They're going to be like, what the hell?
It's true, though. It's true.
But then you get a little older and you go, oh.
I
was the guy who said, what the hell? All the time.
Me too.
Yeah, and you develop. And it's
kind of like, except for you, it's kind of like your first long-term relationship. Everything is super high, and then it's super low, and and then you break up, and you're like, that was horrible.
Yeah.
And then the next relationship kind of chills things out a little bit, and then the next one after that chills it out even more.
I read a really interesting article written by a friend of mine yesterday, and she talked about being in a miserable relationship for 5 years. But she listed all the things she learned along the way. I learned this will never happen again. I learned this, blah, 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 blah. And the way that relates to the Leafs, by the way. So, coughed up lead after lead after lead after lead. And that was still a problem as the season went on, but instead of giving up a 3-goal lead, they would have a 3-0 lead and then win 3-2. They'd still just lock it down. They would have a 2-0 lead and then win 2-1. They would still lock it down. Now, the one blip, I would think, in their strengthening mentally and defensively, I mean, we could call it tactics as well, was at the end of the season, even though it was 5 games in 7 days, whatever it was, all they needed was, 3 points? 3 GDMF points.
Mm-hmm. And they got them.
And they got them. But oh shit, they barely got them.
Yeah. And had they got 4 or 5, maybe, and spread those out over the course of the year, they would have played Ottawa or Boston.
But it didn't matter. The situation in front of them was they needed to win like 2 games.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was. 1 game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And they just squeaked it out. Even the final game of the season, they're up 2-0. They freaking cough it up. I think that was exhaustion more than anything. The Capitals, cross to bear, whatever, is playoff time comes and they crumble. Like, I was so happy with how the Leafs played against them. Did the Leafs see the best version of the Capitals? Are the regular season Capitals harder to beat than the playoff Capitals?
I wonder if they're easier to figure out over the course of a 7-game series. Like, I often wonder that. Like, they come out, they surprise you, and then they're out of town, right? Like, they're gone.
Well, no, I don't know about that either. Like, I wasn't impressed. I watched them. They didn't look impressive. And I'm like, is Pittsburgh just running their show? Like, is Pittsburgh just making them look like crap, like LeBron to the Raptors? Is that what I'm seeing? No, they're not the Capitals right now. What's going on? What's going on? And it's the here we go again. It's what they talked about with the Leafs around mid-season. It's guys like Bozak and Kadri. You know, the younger guys who grew up as fans, they have a little bit of, oh my God, not again. There was that great image of Mitch Marner on the bench when the Leafs had a 4-1 lead in Boston and they coughed it up and he's like, shit. I watched it. Now I'm in the uniform and I'm living it. Shit. But a guy like Bozak, a guy like Kadri, a guy like JVR just going, oh my God. It's the same scenario we've seen 1,000 times. Ovechkin's trying to overcome it. When Oshie got that penalty late in the game against Pittsburgh, which shouldn't have been a penalty, by the way, and I guess we can talk about that. He did this clapping thing where everyone was talking about how it was him getting mad at the call and he was screaming at the refs. I think he was basically saying to the bench, fuck the penalty, fuck everything. We're still winning this thing. He's trying to barrel through it, but I think almost everyone else on the Caps is like, holy shit, we're the Capitals and we're capitaling. We are Washington Capitalsing right now, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. And if you've been on the Caps for this long and the core has been together for a while, why would you think anything different? It's happening. It's happening again. It's the problems between the ears. And it's affecting execution and there's numbers. And
of course,
blah, blah, blah. But it's here.
If Pittsburgh wins this series, it will be Alexander Ovechkin's fault. By the way, I do not believe that sentiment.
But how many people?
How
many people are going to say that? And I hate to dump on Shea Weber. I'm not trying to. But you look at their playoff resumes and they're pretty identical. How many people are going to say that about Ovechkin and Weber? I haven't heard shit about that.
Actually, I haven't heard anything about Weber.
Not outside of the internet.
Nope.
I don't know. And you know what? Caps had to win 3 straight to beat the Leafs. Well, they didn't have to, but they did. All they got to do is win 3 straight. Do it again. Do it again. You're the Caps. Can the Washington Capitals win 3 straight games?
Yes, we know they can.
That is such an easy question to answer. Yes. Can they do it right now? I don't know. We'll see.
Man.
It's in the head, man.
I thought, man, they're going to come out strong tonight, and they sure didn't.
They look like garbage.
Sure didn't. Edmonton.
Oh, they tied it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they look like garbage. I think that's an overstatement. They hit 2 posts in the 3rd period on their power play.
Yeah. And they got jobbed. They got jobbed on that high stick.
Yeah, that was brutal.
That's the Matt Hunwick special.
That was not
for
fair.
A high stick that you didn't do. Yeah. And Bonino.
Oh, boy.
It's one thing if the ref calls it, like, just he thought it was a high sticking. It's another, like, you dove. He should be fined. Every time they find an incident like that, you should be fined. Did he dive? Yes. Again, I feel passionately about that because here's the film. Stick doesn't touch him in the face. Whoa! Now,
That
in
I
the
agree
same
with.
position, would I do that? Probably. I'm trying to win a Stanley Cup here. But you're fine. It was $2,500 or $5,000, whatever it is. He dove. Bonino dove.
I am surprised the NHL doesn't, because they fined Nazem Kadri randomly for it, and then never followed up on really anybody else. So it was a Burroughs and Kadri that got fined or something, and then
something like that.
I don't think I've seen a fine for it since.
And they don't seem to announce them all the time.
Oh, so maybe they do. Well, they should.
I think they do. I don't know. During the World Cup, I signed up for all of those NHL press release emails, and I severely regret it. Dude, I get like 17 a day. It's brutal.
About what?
All kinds of shit. Oh, the Vegas delete. Oh, the 3 stars of the nominees. Oh, the nominees for every award. Get out of my inbox. But every now and then I'm like, oh, okay.
There's
that's
been a
kind of important.
couple fines for diving recently.
What do we have?
Draisaitl was fined recently, and Kuznetsov was fined in January. There's a couple. Last few months. So,
That's it.
yeah.
Listen,
A couple.
I if your own head coach is saying we didn't play our game, we did not play well,
Yeah.
then I don't think you came out with enough. I just don't. Ovechkin said I didn't play a good game. I mean, like, you
That's
don't
leadership,
You don't have
right?
to look to me to say to be upset. I mean, he said it.
He's taking the burden.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that's leadership, to
Yeah,
be honest.
I think it's Schmidt. What a, I think.
Well,
I
Nate
think he's
Schmidt
a clown.
is not to blame. Yeah.
I think he's a clown.
Ovechkin's a clown.
and needs to become a student of the game.
Oh, my dear God.
Edmonton has lost 2 games since we said, "Hey, Edmonton's up 2-0."
I thought they got jobbed too. Well, okay. Did you see not the disallowed goal, the goal that was allowed?
Yeah.
Who in the NHL is the reigning champion of getting away with shit?
That's a good question.
It's not Kadri anymore. He might have held like the Intercontinental title. Wasn't
he-
quite ready for like the main event, but he's on the main card.
Good question. I don't know.
Brad Marchand. Corey
Yes, but they
Perry.
are sort of wise to his game. They suspended him for a brutal spear that they probably didn't have a choice on.
So it's Corey Perry.
Yeah.
He has to be the king, the champion.
And he has to have been for the last 10 years. Like him and Burroughs maybe for a while, Kessler for a while. I don't know, man. Like who can match that?
Maybe here, Jesse, I'll send this to you so you can put it in the YouTube video. But I want to show you the screen cap that John Shannon put up. Well, actually, it's 2 parts to fully understand everything. Okay, so where was it? Pierre LeBrun on coach's challenge for Ducks' first goal last night. Call in War Room was that the incidental contact was in the white paint, not Corey Perry initiating. What do you got up there?
No, he is in the white paint.
Like that's the difference between a goal and not a goal. Is he though? Is he in the white paint?
Yeah, he is. Very clearly.
This one?
I'm looking at the
this
same
the
picture.
same one?
Same picture.
Yeah, he is.
I'm showing you exactly.
Holy fuck.
Because look, Cam Talbot's foot is out on the white paint,
Yeah.
and Corey Perry's
But, like,
foot's in front of
his
it.
foot it's on the blue paint, it's on the red paint, the contact is
Oh no,
on the
Steve. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. Honestly, he's on the white paint,
No, I know, he is.
So
but-
it's a goal.
Yeah.
so it's a goal.
But the momentum though? Like, so okay, if you're in the white paint at all, I can just smash you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Like
the rule.
if your pinky toe, like it's how much of his foot? Like what percentage is in the white paint right now? 10? 15? So I can just drill you. Just can I body check him? Is that okay?
Oh, I thought it was more about Corey Perry and his positioning, but I guess, yeah. I mean, listen, it's
That's going to decide the Stanley Cup this year. You know this, right?
oh yeah, it was like the crease goal with Brett Hall, which never should
my
have
God.
counted.
Oh my
which
God.
I'm with Buffalo fans on that. Should never have counted that goal. That was not a real that wasn't a real thing, but they'd already started the ceremony and bringing the cup out, so but we can't stop it now.
The dark one that people always bring up, like when it comes to dirty hits, is a player is going to have to die for something to change. Well, the less extreme version of that is something super
Terrible.
dumb has to happen for a rule to be changed. The Brett Hall toe in the crease goal needed to happen. That needed to happen. And Buffalo, I'm so sorry. But you needed to get shafted there so we can move on from that stupid rule. To fix, I think, the whatever rules we got going on now for offside and all that, it's going to have to cost someone a Stanley Cup.
But they got the call right.
They did.
Based on their current rules.
Based on this, yeah, his foot's out. It's in the white paint.
Jesus.
They got it right.
Jesus.
Remember, these things happen split seconds, and we're able to make it happen, or we're able to slow it down 1,000 times and look at it and tweet it and whatever. So it's different, right? It's different.
Here's a question for you. So the call on the ice was that it was a goal, right?
Sure.
They review it, and they see that picture,
Okay.
and the call on the ice is no goal. Do they
The
reverse
original
it?
call is
Let's pretend the original call is no goal.
no goal.
Do they reverse it?
Yeah,
I don't think they do.
No, I think they do. I think they do. I think that's
Maybe.
enough evidence.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel bad for Oilers fans this morning.
Yeah,
They're
me too.
pissed off.
Well, naturally, of course.
Speaking of piss. Didn't
Ottawa.
even mean to do that.
Ottawa Senators.
Oh, we'll do the urinal stuff later.
Oh, do you want to talk about that?
Well, it was a nice
Well, okay,
segue.
so all right, yeah, it was. All right, so
to him. I
knew say
so Edmonton writer David
My
Staples, tweeted a picture in response to something that happened at Rogers Arena, which was some of the men's or women's rooms were converted to men's rooms because there are more men at hockey games than women.
Yeah.
The problem is women take longer in the bathroom, just based on how women don't stand up to pee. Guys, they don't stand up to pee. So they need stalls. They need to go in, sit down, pull down their pants, do their business, and then pull the pants back up and come back out.
All right, we get
Well-
it. We know how people pee.
Whereas guys are like, okay, I'm going to whip it and then whip it back in.
Okay.
So
Wham bam.
people were naturally upset about this. I think rightly so. I get that. And David Staples tweets out a picture of a water fountain from your high school. Not even a water fountain, a water washing, hand washing fountain.
From like your elementary school.
That
yeah.
you would press down, you would depress with your foot,
Yep.
and the water would come out and there'd be soap in it. And he's like, why don't we just get these and nobody look down at each other's peckers and
See, everyone
and then pee into it.
shared that tweet like he was being serious.
I think he was kidding.
I don't think David
Hopefully.
Staples was seriously, hopefully. I don't think he was seriously suggesting, let's just all piss in a fountain in a circle.
No.
I don't think so.
I think he meant trough style, which, by
Yeah.
the way, I think the Steelers do that.
I think he was just kidding. Yeah, which
Hopefully.
is bull. But
I don't
whatever.
mind that. In and out, man. In and out. Wash your hands.
I get it. And Jen Neal was leading the charge on this one. And a lot of female Oilers fans were rightfully, dare I say, pissed off.
Well, yeah.
They had to wait half an hour in line.
Yeah.
Half an hour. Like,
Again, this is not something that's new. Like, I don't understand why they did this. I don't get. You have women's washrooms there. They have to okay. If you have equal number of men's and women's washrooms, but you have more men at the game, women still need the equal amount of washrooms, even though say it's 60-40 or 70-30 because of the time taken, right?
there has only been one time in my life where I was like, can we maybe convert a couple of these to men's washrooms? It was when I was at the UFC event that was held at Rogers Center. I don't know what the ratio is at a hockey game, but holy shit, it was like 90 to 10.
Yeah, UFC is like 95.
The lineup was insane. It was insane. But it is what it is, man. Tough shit.
And
Tough shit.
Hopefully, it's not a tough shit.
I was at a Backstreet Boys New Kids on the
Especially in
Block.
the 500s because it's one stall.
I was at a Backstreet Boys New Kids on the Block concert in Calgary, and they converted basically all the men's rooms to women's washrooms.
Smart.
Smartly.
What was this?
Calgary, at the Saddle Dome.
No, but what was the concert?
New Kids and Backstreet Boys.
Well,
It makes sense. It was like me in a sea of women. There are not many guys at those concerts. It's fine. There are certain events that cater to women. There are certain events that don't.
Adam
and men
just stood in the line by himself and went, oh,
No, I walked.
there's no one
I got my own
No, it was so funny.
One's for
because
Adam Wild.
they hadn't even bothered to turn on the lights in the men's room. I had to physically flick the switch. Like it was a radio
Adam
station
goes to
promo.
take a dump. He doesn't even close the door. It's just like,
It was
whatever.
true. Like nobody had been in. Right? There weren't that many guys there. There just weren't.
That's funny. Now, I saw a couple of good points brought up about this. One coming from Sherry that I saw on Twitter. Is this even legal? Are
Yeah.
they allowed to do
I would
that?
think so.
Yeah, that's legal. Yeah.
I guess like as long as you have
There would be
like what
bylaws.
are the legal requirements?
They would follow those.
It would be whatever it is in Edmonton, right?
The legal minimum of whatever.
Right. So I'm sure they had at least the minimum, I guess, which is still probably insufficient. The other one, and this is a great point, is this not a brand spanking new $500 million arena?
I think it's
$500 million.
those damn
Or whatever.
Is it only
concourse
$500 million?
passes.
That's what I read.
I think
Or
it's those concourse passes. They have too many people in the building.
Yeah.
They have the stadium full and then an extra 200 people standing around.
That's insane.
I wondered too, with regards to the whole experience of seeing that happen. If you're a woman, like if that were Caprice, I know, and she's done. I know this because she's done this. She would just get into the men's line with me, and just go pee in the men's room.
You do what you got to do.
That is against bylaws.
Is that against bylaws?
it is.
Well, I can tell you that
I've
men
seen it happen
do
all
not
the time,
care,
but-
and men are like sympathetic. They're like, yeah, come on in. Who cares? Like we don't blame you, right? It's like if and it's easy for me to say because I'm a guy, but I would have been like, F this, because when I have to pee, I have to pee.
But if you're in a lineup of, say, 30 or 40 people, which is not out of the question, one of them's going to narc on you.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no.
You just go by percentage. Okay, if
What are they going to
39
do?
of
Kick you
them
out of the
don't
arena
care-
for peeing?
One, yeah, it is illegal, so they can.
Yeah.
Two, somebody's probably.
Oh,
gonna-
One's gonna narc on you.
that would go over real well in the papers the next morning in Edmonton. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
but that
you
one
would get free
crotchety
tickets to
person-
the next game so fast.
Oh, my God.
But you have no argument if they're following the law.
Oh no, but but if you shut down women's washrooms and converted them to men's rooms, you walk right up the street to the local nearest news outlet. I swear to you,
Walk right up the street, 19 tickety 2.
Yeah, no, you would have.
And tweet on your phone, I'm walking up the street.
I'm gonna write a strongly
on the
worded.
corner selling the newspapers and the hat with the feather.
Hey, now, boy, give me one of those. Hey, kid.
Listen,
Tell him to go to his boss.
you
and
can make
report
fun
the
of me,
story.
but the point stands. The Oilers do not want that kind of press.
How many horses do you own, Adam?
Many, many. All right. I was doing their horseshoeing this morning.
Yeah. Yes.
I went to my local blacksmith.
Yes. Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
And now what's going to happen for game 5? Who's the home team?
Anaheim, right?
And Edmonton just lost 2 games at home because
Anaheim lost 2 games.
Yeah, both teams lost 2 games.
So
at
game
home.
6 would be
But home ice advantage matters, guys. It matters.
Well, by the percentage. Actually, I can't wait for the actually on that. By the percentages, actually.
Oh, there will be so many. So many. I can't wait for people to tell me that the Caps actually played a great game. I can't wait for that. Because I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
It's a lot of people told me that, and I'm like, well,
Super.
lost.
They didn't play. I guess the Pens played. If the Caps played a great game, the Pens played a greater game.
like that George Carlin thing, like things people say after other people die. George died, but I just saw him yesterday. Yeah, didn't help. He's dead now.
You should have stopped him from doing whatever the hell he was doing.
Caps played a great game. Yeah, didn't help. They lost, and they should have played a great game. They didn't have Crosby.
Question: will Alexander Ovechkin ever win a second round series in his entire career?
Wow, I thought you were going to say Stanley Cup, but we have dink lowered that bar.
Just a second round series.
Yeah. He's going to. Think of all the Capitals, if they ever do win the Cup with Ovechkin, it won't necessarily be with the best team they've ever assembled. This is arguably the best team they've ever assembled.
Last year, they were on pace to break some regular season records until they tailed off a little in the last month. They had great teams.
And it is what it is. It is what it... Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. A wise man once said the best team in the NHL doesn't always win the Stanley Cup.
So what's your answer?
Yeah, he's going to win a second round series. I just don't know when that'll be. Might be next week.
Do you know when I think Ovechkin will win the Cup?
When the Leafs make it to the Eastern Conference Final.
Yes.
When he signs with the Leafs.
Yeah, no, I think Ovechkin will win the Cup with the Caps, but he will not be the star on the team anymore.
Who the hell is going to take over for Alex Ovechkin?
He will be the grizzled vet.
He'll be Yager.
He'll be Dave Anderchuk.
Yeah, like he will not. I just.
I'm here. That's great, Dave.
And if I'm wrong, and by the way, can I just say I hope I'm wrong about that. I really genuinely do. But when I look at where the Capitals are, from this instance, this could change tomorrow. But from this instance, they're down 3-1 to the Penguins. Mm-hmm. Even if they win a game tomorrow or whenever they're playing again, is it Friday?
They got to play 3 elimination games to win the series.
Yeah. So let's say the Penguins win. Then you've got significant turnover in the roster.
5.
Yeah, in 5, and then you get significant roster turnover in the summertime. Not
funny.
only the expansion draft, but you got a bunch of free agents.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they can't attract people to DC. It's an amazing city. And, you get to play with Ovi. That's awesome. But they're going into Retoolville. They're going into losing in the first round Chicago style.
Is that such a bad thing?
Not necessarily. I think it takes the pressure off them, and it might make them surprise people.
And it's Saturday, Monday, Wednesday.
Saturday, Monday, Wednesday. Wow, that's a big break.
Look at the amount of points the Caps had this season. They could... How many points did they get? Like, they could shed, 20 points from their regular season score and still make the playoff. That's 10 wins! That's a lot! That's a lot of wins. They'll be fine. They might even win a series or two next year. Might even win the damn cup. I don't know. I don't know. Just because you need cheaper options next year doesn't necessarily mean they're worse.
No, I agree.
You do your
but
homework,
what I was
you
trying to even just turnover, chemistry takes a while to develop too.
Yeah, sometimes. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it clicks right away.
Maybe it does. You're right. Like this show, right away.
Wow.
Clicked right away. Sort of did.
I disagree.
I didn't click till Jesse came.
You had one really weak match.
There's Jesse on the brakes. Jesse on those rusty brakes.
Andrew Berkshire suggested at sportsnet.ca.
Oh, shut up. Sorry. I just wanted to tell Berkshire to shut up.
Andrew, not the voice of Habs Nation, as I was told implicitly.
Andrew, I'm not mad. It's actually funny to me, Berkshire.
Andrew, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about the Habs, Berkshire. I'm no longer a fan.
No, right.
Okay.
And just right primarily about the Habs.
And primarily suggest, how they could win.
Yeah.
He did write about the Senators.
He doesn't care.
He said that basically
it's funny to him.
With the Senators series, Senators are not apparently a great 5-on-5 team. The numbers sort of show that they're not necessarily the best 5-on-5 team.
And here they are.
And he said they're walking, what he said, and I suggest you read the article because there's math in it, so I'm not even going to try. He's suggesting that they are walking a bit of a tightrope, and they've got Craig Anderson.
And Erik Karlsson. They're an Erik Karlsson injury away from not winning another game in these playoffs. But they got Erik Karlsson, so let it ride.
But he is injured.
Well, no, they're an out of the lineup Erik Karlsson away, I guess. I guess.
What's he running at right now? 80%? With a fractured foot?
Doesn't matter.
That still probably makes him the best defenseman in the world.
Probably.
He's crazy.
You know what? It's interesting. The Sens are kind of winning games similarly to the Canadians of 2 years ago, I would say. Great goaltending. Mm-hmm. You got one defender, one right-handed all-world defender running the show.
Time to trade him to Nashville.
Yeah, and a few guys running hot. That's it.
Take it. Is that not what happened
that way?
Is that not how LA won the first time with Jonathan Quick?
Well, they had a lot of guys running hot. Jeff Carter completely changed the makeup of that team, though.
Yeah.
They went from, I think, 11th in the West to the 8th seed to almost winning the Stanley Cup in a record low number of games. They beat the Canucks, the President's Trophy winning Canucks, in 5. They murdered them. They murdered everybody.
Yeah.
It was insane. You can win a cup with that team. Again, you don't need to be the best team in the NHL. The Sens, based on the makeup of their team, do not have the highest chance of winning out of the 8 teams remaining. But 8 teams remaining. And you only got to beat 3 of them. Mm-hmm. That's it. The playoffs are stupid. Where stupid happens. It's a lot of fun.
Should be a lot of fun to watch. They are up 2-1. They play tonight.
Imagine you're the Washington Capitals.
Uh-huh.
You lose to Pittsburgh in 5. and then the Sens beat them. God, I would never cheer for the Sens, but God, that's too funny to
That
pass
would be
up.
hilarious.
I don't know.
Also, with the season Craig Anderson's had, it would be nice to see him in the finals.
It
With what's
would
going
be
on. Like, that would be just a great story.
Just I can handle Clark MacArthur winning the cup.
Yeah.
I can't handle Dion Phaneuf in an Ottawa Senators
Oh
uniform
my God.
raising the Stanley Cup.
We'd never hear the end
Yo,
of it.
Phaneuf on the Flyers, Phaneuf on the Coyotes, on the Shark. I don't give a shit. Oh, on the Sens? Jesus! No!
You know what's going to happen.
No!
Yeah,
No, now
it's
I'm rooting against the Sens. Wow.
Right?
You just ruined everything.
Right?
Go New
You
York.
can't cheer for that. I saw some people, they're talking about, okay, you know what? I can get behind Carlson having success.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get behind Craig Anderson having success.
Kyle Turris.
Hey, Clark MacArthur? That's a great story. Phaneuf.
But see,
And Phaneuf raises it above his head. He screams, Who's next? Who's next? Here you go, Burr. Here you go, Burr. And then he hands the Stanley Cup to Alex Burrows.
Oh,
I
you just
can't
turned
cheer
the
for the
entire city
Sens.
of Vancouver and the entire everywhere else against the Senators, too.
I hope no one's cheering for the Senators.
Yeah.
Would they be the worst team to win the Stanley Cup since, like, the Hurricanes? Like,
Probably.
Who's been a worse team to win the Cup in the last 10 years?
That's a good question. They've all been pretty
Probably the
dominant teams.
Hurricanes.
Probably the
They've
Hurricanes.
all-
Yeah.
Even if they weren't the most deserving team, like, all the teams who won were legit good. Like,
Yeah.
I don't...
And Cam Ward was unreal that year.
Yeah.
I think it was Berkshire I was talking to. I was looking at the 06 Hurricanes roster, and I was like, seriously? They won the cup?
Who was the coach?
Wasn't it Laviolette? I think it was
Might
Peter
have been.
Laviolette.
Might have been.
And, like, okay, and they made two huge deadline acquisitions. They got Doug Waite, and
was
they got Mark Recchi, I think. And it's still looking at the roster. I looked at the roster and went, wait, okay, so prior to acquiring those guys, how did they make the playoffs?
Yeah.
And then they won the cup. I remember the feeling. Oh no, well that was a different year. I was the first time they went to the Stanley Cup Final in 2002. I remember the feeling as a Leafs fan when the Leafs made it to the third round, and I was like, wait, their third round opponents, the Hurricanes. Holy shit, the Leafs are going to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time in my life. I can't believe it. Out in 6.
Yep.
Wait, what do you
Thanks,
mean we
Steve.
got this far without Sundin and we're getting Sundin back? Stanley Cup Final.
Okay.
That hurt a lot.
Yeah, metal
I
on
didn't even mean to
bone
do that.
sucks normally.
Because after the Hurricanes, it's Chicago, LA, Pittsburgh.
It'd probably be the
Boston.
Hurricanes.
And
And
that's it.
Hurricanes
Yeah.
fans, for any of you who are listening and are upset, you won. I'm not taking that away.
Oh, is Hurricane fan upset? I think the sad part about what's going on with Ottawa's team is that nobody's there to see it too. I had to get one in there. I had to get one in there.
Somebody tweeted about they're like, I have $48, and then they sent a screen cap and an email they got, and it was like, Ottawa Senators season ticket holders, if you renew your season tickets, we can offer you playoff tickets to this round, cheapest tickets at $48. And the next one was, party pack of subs from Subway, $48. He's like, what should I get?
That was my favorite part. My favorite part of that whole Ottawa situation was the people saying, "Well, we can't afford the tickets." When I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Tell me about it. And you know, it's not even income relative to what the market could support. I understand that Toronto, like Ottawa's a mostly government city. And that puts you in a certain pay grade. Toronto has a far vaster, very poor and very rich and like super. You know, there are super wealthy people here, en masse, and there are not super wealthy, probably super disadvantaged people here en masse.
It's businesses, man.
True.
That's who buys the tickets.
But beyond that, like it's not when you go on to StubHub. And you
Yeah.
look at how much the tickets actually were. Oh, they're aftermarket. People were scalping them. They're $50 freaking. Are you kidding me?
yeah, but
3
there's
foot long subs. $48.
Yeah. If
There's
you buy
nothing
coffee,
worse, though, than
don't buy coffee every day for a month.
Yeah.
First
Make your
of
own
all,
coffee
that
for a
is
month.
never gonna happen. Okay, that
Make your own
might
coffee for a month.
That might happen.
And put it in a
2
thermos.
weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Like,
Well, how about they're a city with an NHL team, and it should just sell out during the playoffs. Don't the Coyotes sell out during the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah. They do. They have the
always
whiteout,
rocking.
don't they?
Yep.
They're like the 80th team that does the whiteout. Every team
Yeah.
does, oh, we're going to do the whiteout tonight. So are we.
I can't wait. The least, we're not going to do something hacky like the whiteout. Oh, good. The blue out!
You know,
You were blue everywhere!
Part of that.
If the
Don't
if,
judge.
if the
I
Leafs
know. Sat there for 2 games in your blue clothes.
see, here's the hilarious part about the Coyotes whiteout is that when a visiting team comes, their jerseys are white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like,
So it looks like they're a Coyotes fan on TV.
I guess.
Yeah.
it was. I remember.
I guess maybe that's
I think
what
it was
it
like
is.
Vince Carter's return to Toronto, and the Raptors tried to do like a whiteout, and he's like, "Well, I appreciated that all the fans were wearing our colors."
Yeah, it was New Jersey had an orangish red jersey,
Yeah.
and the entire crowd wore red. So it looked like we were all cheering for New Jersey because the Raptors wore their home whites, because in the NBA you wear your whites at home. So it didn't work at all. And then they beat us in the first round of the playoffs.
And then they did that. And then they did that.
Hey, just on the NBA for a second. The San Antonio-Houston series is so interesting because both games have been blowouts and by opposite teams. Like, you never see that. You did like, and not just like, oh, we won by 20 points. It's like 35, 40, like shit-kicked
The
points.
first game wasn't close.
No.
At any point.
And then San Antonio came back and whooped the Rockets last night. And it was like,
Everyone
And
in
that-
3.
And now Tony Parker's out for the series, for the playoffs.
that won't matter at San Antonio.
Yeah. I don't think it'll
Those
matter
Spurs.
because he's old, but still.
But still, that sucks. He's like,
I'm still going on my 2004 knowledge, so I'm like, oh, that's devastating. That's terrible. Oh no!
But it's Tim Duncan play with.
yeah, it's a good thing they got Robinson and Duncan.
Oh my god!
Kobe's going to slay them.
All right.
Does Manu Ginobili still have all his hair?
No.
Since we've successfully pissed off most fan bases in the NHL, I would like to go further. All right. I'm going to raise a hypothetical to you, gentlemen. And I was thinking about this last night because, you know, it goes off of the thing that Steve brought to the show. I'm not sure who said it, but find the dumbest one in the room and make the phone call. Who's the, like, find the dumbest general manager?
It was either Dmitry Filipovich who said it or Travis Yost.
Right.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Find the
the dumbest GM in the NHL. Or no, identify who the dumb GMs are and call them all the time. Those are the 2 steps to success
Good point.
in this league. Yes.
So, if there is a team or a management group representing a team, because you know, like that sometimes the team gets unfairly looped in with their management group, right?
Sure.
We love the Leafs, couldn't stand the Carlisle Nonis era, right?
Sure.
If there's a management group most likely to screw up the expansion draft, and I'm not talking about who they protect and who they don't. I forgot. I should have protected X player because a year later he's great. You know what I mean? We didn't see that in him. We didn't see that potential. But wow, he went to Vegas, got some ice time, and he's great.
Like the
I'm not
Bruins
talking-
with Sagan a little
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about not knowing the actual rules, of which there are many.
Oh no.
Who is most likely to have
The
something?
Vancouver Canucks.
You think
I just
Vancouver?
thought I would cut you off. The Vancouver Canucks. The team with a track record of not actually knowing the rules. The Vancouver Canucks. An alleged track record of not knowing the rules.
Right.
And allegedly having the NHL send out emails to every GM going, by the way, since dummy didn't know the rules, here are the rules, dummies. Adam, do tell. Why would you bring this up?
I'm only just. I want to know. I want to know what you. So you think Vancouver most likely?
I know.
You know.
I know.
Now, what do you think the likelihood of something like that happening is? Do you think that we'll actually see a team? Because if you think about it, the probability is pretty high. You've got 30 NHL teams with a very complicated set of rules for this expansion draft, right? It's not easy.
No, it's not. Oh, by the way, I forgot.
Something is bound to go wrong,
I
right?
forgot to tell you guys a story. So I got
Is this relevant, or is Steve just remembering something and then inserting it because he just remembered it?
We shall see. We shall see. But let's go with him on this journey.
This is about to feel dumb. I spoke to Cap Friendly on the phone.
Okay.
And
I
was
didn't know
like-
you could talk to websites on the phone.
I did. I spoke to the whole website.
Talk to the web.
I didn't even dial anything. I said, "Get me Cap Friendly." And then the
and the operator
lady-
who's smoking a cigarette.
Yeah,
put
it's
it
all.
in-
Yeah, she's got.
It's plugged in your cable.
Yeah, dart
Oh, you're
gal.
talking to Louise this morning?
Yeah, Thelma.
No.
She's going, pulling darts out of her hair. She's using darts to keep her hair together.
Of course.
Anyway,
Mrs. Dark Guy.
Mrs. Dart guy. And I went, yeah, there's a lot of rules, and I'm not totally clear on all of them. And he goes, yeah, I know. I listened to the podcast. So I was like, oh.
Hey, listen, man. I don't feel any shame in not knowing the exact rules of every damn thing the NHL puts out. The NHL doesn't know the NHL's own rules. They can't even enforce them. So I don't feel that bad. Things are too damn complicated, okay?
The reason I took Jesse's laptop from him, and actually continue because I think I interrupted you. I want to look at the Canucks expansion draft picture.
I love when Steve says continue and then keeps talking.
I too love that. I'm glad that
So
Steve...
anyway. You know, another thing.
Well, my whole point in bringing this forward is
So guys.
it's not to single out the Canucks. Just going back to what I was saying originally, 30 teams, 30 different management groups. So let's say each management group has 3 people, and a general manager, 2 assistants. Let's say 4 because you got to count the head coach in that. Okay, so you got 4 times 30. You got 120 people, and they all are going to know the rules off by heart? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. I think something is going to be screwed up here. So what is it and who is it? And I wonder what that is. Now, I'm throwing that out for anybody listening to this too. Throw it up on the Reddit page. Just come up with a random hypothesis. The Phoenix Coyotes didn't know that so-and-so needed to be exposed and the NHL had to send out a memo. Whatever it is. And I said Phoenix Coyotes. For all you lovebirds out there.
This is actually kind of scary for the Canucks.
Like good?
No, not at all. Well, because I'm used to looking at the Leafs expansion situation.
Which is so happy.
Oh, shit, we might lose Josh Levo or Martin Marinson.
Or Seth Griffith, who we got for free.
What about Kirby Reichel?
Oh,
Who had half a season.
Honest to goodness,
Half a good season.
unless the Leafs lose their minds and don't protect Connor Carrick, the best players I could see them losing are either Josh Levo, Kirby Reichel.
Seth Griffith.
I think the other two have a higher ceiling than him.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe not. Okay,
Is
fine.
there
One of
we
those
could
3.
lose Marinson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. If Carrick is protected, then
Marinson's
Marinson won't be.
exposed.
Which is fine.
Or Marchenko. Like the
Marchenko,
The Leafs are. They might not even lose a full-time NHLer. I'm looking at the Canucks. So again, your 2 options are 7 forwards, 3D, 1G, or 8 skaters of any kind and 1 goalie. Well, Henrik Sedin, Daniel Sedin, Louis Eriksson, you have to protect them, no move clause. Okay. On defense, you got Edler, Tanev, Spiza, Goodbranson. So
Goodbranson's up though, isn't he? Or did they already receive?
he's an RFA.
He's an RFA.
So you could trade him. You might have to.
If someone's an RFA and they're unprotected, they can be claimed, correct?
And then, yeah. And then looking up front,
Makes sense.
if you do the 7-3-1 thing, you can only protect 4 out of the following. Brandon Sutter, Derek Dorsett, Sven Berchi, Anton Rodin, Marcus Granlund, Bo Horvat, Brendan Gauntz, Joseph Cramarosa, Reed Boucher, Jack Skilly, Michael Zalewski, Alexander Grenier, Michael Chaput, I don't know, Jason Magna, and Borna Randulik. I've
Is
never
that
heard
on the
of this
tool
person.
part? Or are you just
This is on the tool.
Oh, okay. It's on the tool. Okay.
This is on the tool.
So
And
all
for,
those guys have played enough games and to be exposed.
like, goalies are weird too. I assume the Canucks are going to protect Jakob Markstrom. Wait, what the hell? The Canucks have 3 UFA goalies? What the hell are these guys going to do? Look at their team.
Steve, don't worry.
What the hell are they going to do? Anyway,
Don't worry, Steve.
don't worry.
They're going to protect Markstrom.
Brian Elliott will be a Canuck next year
Yeah?
at $5 million a
No,
year.
it says, Steve, it says the year they're UFA. UFA 2018, UFA 2020.
Oh, that's a strange way of listing it.
Well, you were talking to Cap Friendly.
Well,
Maybe
they're
you can get
saying
them to
when the
fix
next
it.
contract expires, like the expiry of the contract, RFA 2017, RFA 2018.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, you're going to protect Markstrom.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Canucks are doing, dude.
Okay, well, who?
I need to go through every team. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I need to do the same thing. I think.
I think it'd
You
take a
guys,
while.
we should take an episode and do an expansion draft.
That is something I would have done in the past, and it would have been great.
Remember when everybody kept telling us to do that?
Well, they did stop after we said maybe we will. I don't mind doing one. It's just it would.
No, I do.
No.
Yeah,
We wouldn't
I
do it
do.
live. Just bring your list. Bring your
Yeah.
freaking list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. We're not
Okay,
going
we're
to do
not
it live.
sitting here and doing a damn expansion draft.
No, we're
okay.
not. No.
Okay.
But what is going to ultimately get in the way is, okay, so we're all going to read what we would do for 30 teams.
That's too much.
Even
just
if
say-
we come in prepared,
It's
that's
too
going
much.
to
just
be
read-
at least a full show.
You just read the names off. I'd go Eric Fair and blah 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 and blah blah blah. Like that's who.
Times 30.
It's a full show.
It will
of
not. It will not take that.
It's
names.
times 30 and then times 3.
It will not take that long. I
And
guarantee.
then we
it.
got to dissect each
Probably
one.
take that long.
This is an entire
Well, it's
show.
the pre-expansion draft show should be about the expansion draft, should it not?
No.
No. It should be about the Leafs.
Yeah.
Should be about the
He-
We
Leafs.
he-
should
is.
just do the Leafs 30 times.
We
and
should.
see how that takes.
Absolutely. And how great they are. And then we should write an op-ed about Lou Lamoriello and how awesome he is.
I lose news.
Lose news.
that.
What was the tweet you got the other day? It was lose clues?
Lose clues. Yeah, I need to look at the things Lou Lamoriello has said, and from that devise what the Leafs are going to do.
Can you
What
actually
are
do a
Blues
video?
Clues?
Can you actually do a video where you're, because I know you've watched enough Blues Clues.
Have you done a Blues Clues parody? Yeah.
Yes, I have. I have the
Okay.
shirt, and I have ears.
No, but not in a video.
Yeah,
Oh, you have?
yeah.
Years
it was
ago.
a couple years ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But now you have Iggy.
Now we have a dog that we can put the
Yeah.
blue ears on,
Yeah.
or I'll just
I
dye
think you should do a
him.
full, you should do
Dude.
a full episode.
Dude.
I
You
brought.
look like him. Come on.
Dude, you have to do that.
I'm a white person with brown hair. Therefore, twinsies. Me, Steve from Blues Clues, Mel Gibson, Russell Crowe, Tom Cruise,
Do you remember when there was that weird rumor that
Antonio
he killed
Banderas.
himself? Did you read the weird rumor that he killed himself?
Yeah, but he didn't.
And then he did it, and then they snoped
The guy from
it.
Blues Clues?
Yeah.
Steve
For
Burns.
years.
And then BuzzFeed did like an article on him?
Yeah,
Because
and
that's
they're
what they
like,
do?
No, he didn't actually
He
kill
did not
himself.
do that.
He's fully alive.
No,
and
he's-
just not acting.
He, there's this weird little stand-up comedy. I don't even know if you could call it that. Series called The Moth. And Steve Burns, the guy who played Steve from Blues Clues, did one. And it's 17 minutes and it's fantastic.
He's funny?
Go watch it. Oh, it's really funny because he's not, hey, everybody, to play his Blues Clues, we're going to find a paw print. No, he's not that guy. He's just, so I happen to be Steve from Blues Clues. A while, and it was weird. I didn't mean to do it. And then a porn star sent me a letter, and then, you gotta listen
Okay.
to it. You gotta listen
I'd
to
love
it.
to. Okay. All right.
Which brings me to the Canucks are stupid.
With Nikita Zaitsev signing, Calle Rosen signing on the horizon, Carl Grundstrom, who is on a PTO, will probably play with the Marlies if he hasn't already. I haven't paid attention, to be honest.
No, I don't think
He is
so.
on a PTO.
He's practiced. Yeah, so the way that works is he needs to be on some kind of dumb pro tryout contract so that his actual contract does not kick in until next year.
Right. Until July 1st.
So, yeah.
Yeah, which makes sense. Which is the fiscal contract start.
The lawyer legalese way of circle of life.
I just want to throw it out there. What is the next move the Toronto Maple Leafs make? Based on what you've seen, and you don't have to say this with any certainty, Steve, because honestly, who the hell knows?
Sure.
But what do you think from the history that we've seen thus far with this management group, based on their patterns, what is the next thing?
I look at the holes on the team, and I look at the surplus, which is wingers, which we've addressed 1,000 times. Lou, not very cryptically, said, we're going to look at the young defensemen on the Marlies and give them a chance. One in particular. The one in particular, which I was amazed he would say that and then not actually say the name, has to be Travis Dermott. I think it has to be. So if you look at the different positions on the Marlies, on the Leafs, Riley Zaitsev, that'll be a pairing probably. We'll say Gardner Carrick for semantics' sake. Who am I missing? They might lose Marinson. Might lose Marchenko. We don't know. Let's say they lose Marinson.
Hunwick and Polak are UFAs, and I would want to know.
Polak are UFAs.
I would want to know how bad Polak's injury was before I go re-signing him.
Probably pretty bad. So Dermott potentially gets the. You wouldn't get the 7th D because you would want him developing. So you might give him Hunwick's spot Well,
Is he a lefty? Righty.
he's a left-hander.
Left-hander.
I think he plays the left side. Valiev is a lefty.
But I
who
know,
plays the right
I know
side.
on the Marlies they do play their offhand sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Andrew Campbell did that too. Sometimes. To me, the position that seems wide open is a righty who can maybe fill either the bottom pairing right side or the
the
second
top.
pairing right
Second.
side, and Carrick goes down.
I thought they were going to try to keep Gardner and Zaitsev together.
Oh, that's right, because that's how they ended the season. You're right. So maybe they do that. You find a partner for Riley. Although Riley looked pretty comfortable on the right side. Mm-hmm. He played some of his best hockey on the right side. So those are the weird little decisions they have to make. I see them making one addition on the back end. Everyone seems to think
Over the
there's
course
gonna
of the summer?
yeah, like everyone seems to think there's okay. By one addition, I mean starting roster, no injuries. There will be one different guy, and then there might be the spare might be a new guy too.
Do you think Hunwick comes back?
I'd offer him a cheapish deal and see if he accepts it. Polak, Oh, I'm not offering him anything close to what he made. So.
No. Well, but okay. So, do you think the next move they make, and I'm talking about, you could do anything, right? It could be somebody from the KHL. It could be between now and the expansion draft, because that's the first draft, right?
Yes.
What happens? Is it radio silence?
No.
Do you think there's some movement? Is there a trade? Is there a...
You look at college free agents. You look at European free agents. You negotiate with Zach Hyman. You negotiate with Connor Brown. I'm trying to think of the other restricted free agents they might have. You gauge Garrett Sparks because he's a restricted free agent too. They might make a move. The expansion draft just seems like a really good opportunity to take advantage of an unfortunate situation. You're the best prepared team in the entire league. Maybe. You're one of the top 5 prepared teams in the entire league. So let's pretend the Leafs make a trade where they get a really nice player from a team, really nice defenseman, and unfortunately that shafts them out of a forward protection spot. Still, you get to protect Brennan Leipzig, and then you still only lose one of. You exposed 3 guys, but you only lose one of, or not even 3 guys, it's more than that. You still only lose one of Fair, Martin, Griffith, Levo, and Reichel. You still only lose one of them, plus you got someone else. So that is the one thing I would look for. Maybe get another defenseman. No, but then if you get another defenseman, you're going to have to protect that guy and expose Connor Carrick. Mm-hmm. What if you can get a guy you don't have to expose? Which
to me points to more European free agents, European Russian.
But why would a team trade a guy who you can't expose? Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. And this is this great mystery of the Toronto Maple Leafs. They don't release any friggin' information. Mm-hmm. So the one little nugget I was able to take from Lou is Travis Dermott might make the team. That's it. Which to me means they need a right-handed guy on D. That's it. Which we already sort of assumed, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
It's boring, but...
Well, hey, it's good to know. And you know what? I guess because I'm so close to it and I don't know how everybody feels, and I know definitely fans of other teams that listen to this show probably don't feel this way, but everything they do, I'm like, who's Miro Aaltonen? Tell me about him. Tell me about Callie Rosen. Tell me about who are these guys? How's Renat Valiev looking? Like, you want to know. You want to know. And thankfully, there are blogs that can help you with that.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of hockey to watch, dude.
There is. Yeah, and it's nice it's actually fun watching the Marlies now. Like, it's really fun.
And it's a little unfortunate because like interest really tailed off because they didn't have
Nylander anymore.
Like Jesus, Kapanen and Leipzig were healthy scratches at times on the Marlies last year. It's insane. But now we got this interesting log jam, and we talked about it last show, and we're getting back into the habit. Again, I'm looking at their wingers. There's not enough. Who graduates from the Marlies? Who graduates? Anyone? Answer might be no one.
Unless you're looking at opening up, like, unless you're protecting something else, like you make a deal and you expose a Leo Komarov, which, by the way, I would hate. I don't think they do it.
No, unless you move JVR and
Well,
then
yeah.
there's a wing spot.
I've seen both put forward, but with the numbers I've seen with Leo Komarov, especially advanced stuff, he's like a top 10 defensive forward in the league.
He's one
really
of the
good.
better penalty killers. Tyler Dello posted a really interesting thing about, I don't know, some kind of, I don't remember exactly what it was. Basically, shot prevention on the penalty kill. And there's a reason they had Leo Komarov, who is not a full-time center, as a penalty kill center. Because they're like, well, he's that good. So screw it. I want to see more Kadri on the PK, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, so something we want to mention too.
Uh-oh.
And for all of our faults, for all of the good and the bad, we are lucky enough to have 10,000 followers now on the Steve Dangle podcast YouTube channel. Subscribers, that is. Steve, you got 60,000 on yours, your personal.
Who's counting?
But I think that's pretty cool for a channel that's a year old.
Like, not even. I mean, when did we start?
I think it was, well, no, it's a little over a year old, right?
It's older than a year, yeah.
It's older than a year, but like we didn't start regularly posting until like what, October?
No. We've been gone since February.
Last year.
really?
Yeah, 2016.
All right, sorry.
Yeah. But
Jesse's like, I've been going since.
Jesse's been working it. And I just want to say, first off, thank you. Means a lot. It's really cool to go in and read the comments most of the time. And
All of the
time.
There's always going to be some.
yeah,
Whatever.
exactly. But it got me thinking, guys. Okay, so we're 10,000. Do you know that at 100,000, we get a silver YouTube plaque that has a little play button on it? Did you know that?
I want it bad.
I want it too.
I want two.
Steve's gonna get one, and then
We have to get one. So here's
I'm still a ways away. It's
What-
going to take a while to get there. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I think this past month I've gained more subscribers than I've ever gained. I'd have to go in and fact check that. And I still got 3,500. If I went up by 3,500 a month,
it's
it
still
would
years.
still take me like a year.
yeah, your pace has to increase.
Oh no, it'd be more than a year. It'd be
No,
two
it'd be a long time.
easily.
Well, because it's not, that's not going to sustain throughout the summer.
No, right.
One thing I'm going to try is make more videos in the summer. I really enjoy disappearing. In the
Well,
summer,
no, I don't.
but-
The thing is that don't water down your content, right?
Yeah.
Make
like,
make videos while there's things to talk about.
Yeah,
I might write
Maybe
an
make
article.
more videos while there's things to talk about.
We're at the point in the season, like I might write an article just about Ben Smith today. I don't know. Should I?
Yeah, why not?
Like even when I pitched it, I'm like, Ben Smith? I might do it.
Okay, so my question is, guys, obviously we need to boost our subscriber account.
no.
We need to boost our numbers. What YouTubey things can we do to boost our subscriber base? I was thinking prank videos. We hire a bunch of people.
Look here, Barry Trotz! You no good bum! I want you! That's what we need to do.
What other bad YouTube trends can we copy to get 1 million subscribers? Because there's a lot of bad YouTube channels out there with 1 million subscribers.
We need to shove like a fistful of gauze up each nostril.
Okay.
Because so many of the video game guys talk like this.
Oh, do they sound like 80s radio guys?
Make sure you smash that like button. Yeah, always tell people they can't just subscribe. Smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button. There's a few people I've seen that do like spikes.
Yes, I've seen that too. All right, everybody get together and like. Just imagine.
Who's participating in that
wouldn't
going, oh, yeah!
They wouldn't do it if it didn't work.
It does work.
100%.
But I just think, like,
So-
if you're a person that participates in this, remember, one day you're going to have to explain this to your children.
Oh, the thumbnail of each podcast, we need to be bleeding. Like, so
Yes.
can you like Photoshop some blood? Like for the next one?
Sure.
I think our biggest problem is we don't have goofy, weird-looking faces in every thumbnail. Like, every YouTube video, it's like us sitting
Yeah.
at the desk. Whereas, like, yeah, it's always, Steve, do it into the camera.
I like Phil DeFranco. I like watching his show.
Yeah.
What the fuck are his thumbnails? What are you doing? Like, he is the world's sorest neck.
He's trying to look thoughtful 365 days a year. It's hard. It's hard to do.
And he just puts up like this exasperated look, and there's 2 Photoshop pictures of someone beside him who's befuddling him that day.
And they're in circle bubbles. And they're
Yeah.
and he's like,
Ooh.
He's talking to the circle bubble.
Yeah.
I like the vast majority of the stuff.
Honestly, it's hilarious.
I hate it.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious what happens when you talk about those like video game streaming channels and stuff like that, which are awesome. I love them. But
it is
I
primarily
absolutely
what I
love
watch.
Did you know that Adam is a Battlefieldian?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what they call
Adam's
us.
a headset and everything.
They call us
dude.
Battlefrontians.
Sorry.
Hello, and the guy from Star Wars HQ, which is a channel that I follow, that
the
does.
fourth be with
I
you, by the way.
sit there in the Kiss 92.5 studios and have to listen to Adam watch his fellow
Because
Battlefrontians
Battlefront
on
2
YouTube talk about some tutorial of some map that he wants to learn.
That Star
Because I
Wars
like to-
game is my nightmare, by the way,
It's the
because you can only play it online.
Oh yeah, and I'm good now. I'm actually good now.
The title
I will-
on the
I will
box should
walk
be
through and
video
dominate
game
people.
Steve will not like. I'm the guy who plays the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Every game I play the campaign. Someone was like, Halo Reach sucked, except for the campaign. I'm like, that's why I liked it. I love the campaign. I don't play online. I cannot. How do you, of all people, have enough
Are you
time to
getting
get
fairly
good at a
good at
video
it?
game
You know what?
Yeah.
that isn't NHL?
What's that?
Are you getting fairly good
Oh
at
yeah,
it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm not surprised.
Like there are some people that are like,
Oh yeah.
no, there's some people like
it's cool to hear. It's cool to hear. that.
you play enough,
Sure.
you will.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
I've invested more than 150 hours.
Oh my
That's-
god. Do you know
that's
how much
That's a lot.
more I would play video games if I was any good?
Well, you start out and you suck. Like I used to go into a match.
It's like anything.
I used to go
I'm
to a
not
match.
training for this thing like it's CrossFit.
I used to go into a
without
match
any of the health benefits.
and get like and just get shredded. Like I'm talking, and I started in the smaller matches. I didn't do because there are 40-person matches and there are 8-person matches. So I started in the 8-person match. So my KD ratio wouldn't be that bad, but I'd still lose. I'd have like
kill death. Okay.
Kill death.
Got
Oh,
it,
yeah.
got it.
so I'd get like I'd
Craft
kill
dinner.
Yeah, my craft dinner ratio. I'd kill 3 people.
Now I'm so hungry.
I would get 20 deaths. Like it would be bad. But if I went into the bigger matches, it would be like 40 deaths. Now I'm at to a point where like you hit combat master at 25 kills. I'm hitting 25, 30
Are you?
most
so you're
of the
in
time.
the 40-person matches now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And winning.
Nice.
But I've got also a group of guys that I play with that constantly like they're also very good. We've all sort of progressed together. And they're getting really so. Usually it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 on the board.
Nice.
So we're those assholes that show up at your game and wreck it, and it's really. But then there's
I
guys.
love that.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's
But
wicked.
then there's
Adam
guys
has
that
a
are
completely different life where he's just like, bitch, oh your mom.
You damn cock! I'm
Yeah.
gonna shoot you.
hey 14-year-old. No, it's not like Call of Duty. You
Do your
can't talk to
homework,
people.
little-
You can't. You can't talk to other people. You can only talk to your friends.
That's
So that's
smart.
the best part about it is that you
That's
don't
smart.
get some 14-year-old kid like
It sucks because
talking shit.
appropriate trash talk is what makes it fun. But it's never appropriate,
No,
so you
it's never.
can't do it.
No.
They took that away. In NHL, too, you can only talk to your teammates. Guess what? Every time there was still a fight. Every time there was a
Teammates
fight.
You
talk
like fight
shit
your
at
own team?
you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, not like a fight, like an argument.
Yeah.
Have you argued with people online?
Yeah.
No, it's
Because
not
I'm-
every time there's an argument. Every time Steve argues with someone.
That sounds well.
is what happens.
I can understand having played on your team before. I bet the argument was, "Are you going to pass today?"
Hey, why is my left? Why
I'm
is my lefty
so good.
behind the net in the offensive zone, just taking the puck around?
You know
Stop
what?
cycling the puck, Carrick.
Sometimes, first of all, he's a right-handed defenseman, so I like to carry the
Oh,
puck a
sorry,
little bit
sorry.
when I get that. Second of all, my teammates knew how to score a goal. Yeah, go ahead and try that net front one-timer again. Maybe it'll work this time.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's like 40% work ratio.
That is
That's
both
pretty good.
wrong and slanderous.
By the way, it used to be
Very
100%.
Yeah. It did.
Net front one-timers were the way to score. Now you have to actually do skillful things,
That's
which is
bullshit.
bullshit. That's crap. No, it honestly, if you become good at something, then it becomes even more addictive. You just have to get through a couple bad weeks of being just shredded.
That's
like
why-
absolutely shredded.
I couldn't handle what was it? EASHL. No, not EASHL. What's the one with all the cards?
Isn't that what?
Hot.
Ultimate.
Oh, hot.
Yeah, Hockey Ultimate Team.
Well, because
yeah.
people just pay money, right?
Yeah, which I
Well,
never
yeah.
would. Well, here's the thing. So I got all
Hold
the
on,
way
you
up to
wouldn't pay
level
money
3.
for that, but you paid money for Clash of Clans?
No, I paid. Oh yeah, I
You
did.
pay money for real cards?
Not anymore.
No.
I have too many. I just have too
Of
many.
those Tim Hortons packs?
Well, and here's the problem. So I used to shut up. I used to be addicted to the hobby when I had no money. Now here's the problem. I have some money, which means I'm going to spend it. I have a buddy who he has 4 Sidney Crosby Young Gun rookie cards. Those are $400 each. This past year, he got McDavid's. Plural. He must have a few Matthews. Like, do you know what money I would spend under the illusion that I was ever going to sell these things?
Yeah, because you never sell them.
I sold an Ovechkin Young Guns. It's one of the biggest regrets of my life. Such a terrible decision.
Well, you should have waited till he retired and made it in the Hall of Fame.
I sold it during his sophomore season.
Oh!
I sold it when he was a rookie.
I needed the money. I made $45, which at the time was a shitload of money to me. And now I'm like, oh my God, $45. What are they, like probably $200 now or something? Fuck.
You should just buy it back. You'll still make money.
I don't know where it is. It's gone now. It's
Gone. It's gone forever.
It's just dead. I do have another one.
I think I have a Kadri Young Guns with the jersey in it. Is that worth anything?
Well, it can't be a Kadri Young Guns with the jersey in it.
Oh,
like is it a rookie card with like a pice of rookie jersey in it?
Yeah, I think so.
Show me a picture.
I'll
Show me a picture
I'll
with the
bring it
back
in.
too.
I'll bring it
it'll-
in.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to hurt it though.
Anyway,
Do you have a soft and hard sleeve to put it in?
I only have the soft sleeve.
Take a picture, leave it in your house.
as a Battlefrontian, I wanted to get back to that. What I find interesting about the video game channels is those guys are doing all the things in radio they told us not to do.
Mm-hmm.
Smash that like button, coming at you through your headphones. Like, have you ever heard a radio DJ saying
Coming at you.
coming through your headphones or coming through your speakers? We're not supposed to because it sounds cheesy and it's dumb.
103 days of summer.
But that's what that's what you do, right? And it's funny that it
works.
I think it works for now. I think eventually people will get tired of it and it will seem
I'm tired of it
disingenuous.
right away.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many channels where like they do cool shit. So I watch them, but I mute it.
Yeah.
Like I want to watch someone do the Iron Man mod on GTA 5 and just fuck shit up for an hour and a half. I will watch that passively, but I cannot listen to you. I can't listen to this guy.
You know what I've also noticed as I've gotten older? You know, there was a point in my video gaming career.
Let's talk more about what the kids are doing these days.
Well, no. Where you
know what I don't get?
I would get like 5 or 6 video games over the course of a year at least, right?
Wow, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's
Now
more than most.
I know I'm going to invest in 2 this year. That's it.
That's the way to do it, I think.
I think it'll be Battlefront 2 and it'll be Red Dead Redemption 2. That's it.
This is another
That's who's getting my
problem I'm
money.
having.
That's who's getting my money.
Another problem I'm having, because like I'll walk into EB Games every now and then, and I'm like, I'm going to get a new video game, something I've never tried before. But everything is on like the 4th or 5th game of the franchise.
It doesn't matter with like Far Cry or something like that. You should do Far Cry. Far Cry is amazing.
Yeah, because that's different every time.
Every time.
Battlefield is different
But there's
every
so
time.
many of those where it's like, hey, do I have to play the first one?
Yeah,
And then get
Destiny.
through that one?
I don't want to start off on Destiny
Like-
because their story continues.
Have
Yeah.
you played the Uncharted games?
No, but I know
would say go back to Uncharted 1 and play it if you want to play Uncharted 4.
See, that
So,
sucks. I want a Seinfeld game. I don't want a Game of Thrones game. Do you know what I
A
mean?
South Park prior to the past 2 seasons game.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to be able to jump in and jump out. Far Cry is perfect because it's fun, you blow things up, hilarious, and not that deep.
I can get into that.
Especially if you don't like playing online.
No. Like Destiny is supposed to be this wicked game, but they're already on like at least the second one, right? Red Dead Redemption is coming on to the second one.
There was one that was just released, and it was supposed to be like this great epic follow-up to a really great game, and they just blew it.
Oh, I heard it sucked.
what are we talking about?
I forget what it's like a space game, and
Start with a B? No, I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, you're supposed to go through space and like colonize planets, and I'm like, wow, this sounds really cool. And I guess it's just really, really bad.
Is
and
it
people
StarCraft Ghost?
No, but it's bad.
Did you guys ever play Minecraft?
No.
I've heard that's amazing. No. You know what I do know? Every single one of Caprice's niece and nephews plays Minecraft.
I would get sick
all
of a game.
day.
Like, there's no winning, right?
No.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
would
build it.
Yeah, I would get sick of it.
See, I would have loved that as a kid because I was intimidated by the competition because all the kids I knew had video game systems and I didn't. So I wasn't very good. So I would have wanted to just like build something and like do my own thing.
Which I think
it's creative.
Do I don't know. Well, like
Minecraft,
my
yeah.
thing with Pokemon Go was, it was nostalgia and it was cool and it was active and I would go out and after a while I'm like, okay, now what?
Well,
Like,
yeah,
what's
because it's not
the
a deep
point?
game.
You don't win anything, and it's impossible to hold a gym.
And the rules didn't make sense.
I spent 0 seconds of my entire life playing Pokemon Go, and I can't be more happy.
You shouldn't regret it.
No, I don't regret that.
I said I can't be more happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's a 2-week game.
That
maybe
I
a month.
Spent like $30 on. Yeah,
That's right, because you don't have any.
because there's nothing in Oshawa. I would come downtown. I would walk everywhere downtown because I'm just like, wee.
Yep.
Oh, I would run out of room in my backpack for potions. It was the best. I think we're a hockey podcast. That's what
Well,
it is.
hey, we talk about things that relate to people who watch hockey.
We haven't mentioned that the Preds are up 3-1.
We haven't. I think the Preds are going to win this series.
And the Stanley Cup.
Well, go out on a limb there, Adam.
No,
Yeah.
but like I think they're going to win it next game.
Fair. I don't. God, the Ducks look good.
They did.
I don't know, man. And Getzlaf has been a monster for like a couple months now. I don't know.
They didn't look good in the first 2 games.
No. But I just wonder if the Preds, who have been able to contain everybody, can finally contain him and then the rest of the Ducks, too. I don't know.
We never talked about that one McDavid goal where,
They lost.
but
Oh, it was sick. Like,
It
I
was-
mean, McDavid scores 6 sick goals.
yeah, I just want to highlight that fact.
It was
but they lost.
It was a very video game goal. Like just goodbye and snipe. That was it.
It was nice. That's
It
all
was-
I want to say.
It was nice in its simplicity. Like it was a little bit like that Crosby play against Spezza a few years ago where he just skates one way, skates the other way, skates one way, skates the other way, just to eventually burn Spezza. Like there wasn't a whole lot to that other than he just outskated the guy.
Yeah.
Like it was just
But it's so impressive because you shouldn't be able to outskate a guy who's also the 1% of the 1% of skaters in the world.
yeah, exactly. It was one move, and that's it. Really, he hit the brakes, and he took a shot. And what I learned from that was he's a sick skater with a wicked shot. That's all it is. It's beauty and simplicity.
Yeah. It reminded me of the Matthews goal when he got the puck off the boards and how he like lacrossed it up over Holtby's shoulder.
Oh, but that was easy, Jesse.
Yeah.
That was really
yeah,
super
yeah,
easy.
yeah.
How simple he made it look.
No, I'm
That's-
kidding. By
Yeah,
the way.
Yeah. But he puts the puck on like a 65-degree, 70-degree angle
and he
to
like
get
carried it halfway up his stick and then kind of shoveled it into over his shoulder.
it. Yeah, and it's beauty and simplicity.
Yeah. So
I used to think you had
two
to
great plays.
dangle the jock off of everybody,
No.
and
No.
Crosby, like he puts on a lot of moves and he works really freaking hard. Like he's one of the most skilled players in the league, but he works really freaking hard. McDavid just seems so effortless, so effortless. I'm not trying to say McDavid's better. He might be, but it's
You're just
so
trying to say he's
effortless.
lazy.
Holy shit, is he gonna ruin the league? And he's lazy, yes.
Yeah, very lazy. Connor McDavid, lazy. Let's do the press conference, shall we? We got some time, so we can let these questions breathe a little bit.
Not that much time.
Do we want to go through the 2017 WHL Bantam Draft?
Yes,
Can
next
we?
show. Next show.
Oh,
'Cause-
but the next show's
No, but-
Tuesday.
Next show.
Oh.
It's also going to be half ruined for you guys because it's all in your mentions.
Oh, well, we won't look at them.
I don't believe that for
I
one
won't.
second.
I'll ignore them.
All I know.
But they're there, so if you scroll through Twitter, you're gonna
I will
see
not see them.
Okay, be cool.
Everybody be
No,
cool.
but they're there.
No, it's Jesse. We don't have. No, we're doing that next
Usually-
episode. We
we
need a chunk.
We have a surprisingly high success rate.
Yeah.
When we just say be cool.
Be cool, man.
Be cool. Don't ruin it.
Even the Liberty Village page, one guy posted.
One guy.
We know who you are, man.
4 days till the next
No,
one. Because
have
I'm going to be here till
15
Wait for it to be
2:30.
done. Wait for it to be done.
And it's going to
disagree.
take 2 hours to get home again.
Yeah,
I disagree.
That was not a fun drive last time. That sucked.
that's great, Steve. That really appeals to our audience. Your
You're right.
drive home, we really care.
You know how many of them are in their car right now?
I too know what not having a fun drive home is like.
Yeah!
Thanks, Steve. Tell me about your math teacher in grade 11.
Well, Mr. Amani, he was a very good teacher. I heard he had a lot of degrees, and you'd like to talk about Pink Floyd when you got all your work done. And
Jesse?
If a Canadian team wins the cup, do you think they're going to go to the White House?
No.
It's been so long that I don't know what procedure is there.
No, I don't think
I
they
don't.
would.
Yeah, because why would they? Why would the Stanley Cup is not necessarily an American thing. It's just that an American team won.
Can I throw this out there? When a Canadian team does win and that question comes up and they have to go to 24 Sussex, which is our White House.
Yeah.
But it's not a White House. It's just this like ugly old cottage.
It's just a house.
Parliament.
Better that they go to Parliament because our Prime Minister isn't even living at 24 Sussex right now because they have to put $10 million in renovations into it because
good.
Because it is so bad. Like it's embarrassing on the inside what kind of shape that place was in. There was still asbestos on it. And so it was brutal bad. And so Trudeau gets in and he's like, okay, fine, I guess we got to put $10 million into it.
Well, and he would know, he used to live there.
Out and it was like, well, he can't even move in with his kids because it's not safe. It's
Oh, wow.
And can you
I
imagine?
don't know anything about
I
this
just
story.
imagine going to the White House. Can you imagine somebody saying, sorry, you can't visit the White House. It's unsafe because we still have asbestos. Like that's
bad,
the difference between Canada and America. Americans are like, we don't like taxes, but we're going to take care of that house.
Yeah,
that's a house.
one house.
That's an important house.
Yeah.
Canadians are like, no, we don't need that.
That's a waste of money.
That's a waste of money.
Which, I mean, a little bit. I don't know.
Anyway,
don't
so
know
if
enough
they wouldn't do it at Sussex, it would be at Parliament because Sussex is bad.
Yeah, but it's true. Like, when was the last time a Canadian team won one of the major North American sports? Like, did we share with the States?
Montreal?
Like, it would probably be Montreal. Like, what did the Blue Jays do? Why would the Blue Jays have gone?
They wouldn't make
the White
sense to go
House.
to the White House.
But it's the great American pastime, and they're the champions.
They didn't go, by the way.
Oh, they
If
didn't
you were
go?
wondering. Yeah, they weren't.
Oh, okay, good. So we have like a record of this.
Yeah.
Did they go to
Bill
Parliament
Clinton.
or Sussex?
Bill
or?
Clinton didn't
No, I
invite them.
don't believe it was tradition until like 95 for sports.
Can I just be honest? I think
so
it's a pretty.
They would have never. We don't. So there's no precedent. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Wow.
Most of the time, it's pretty bad too.
What?
Like, except for President Obama saying Phil Kessel's a Stanley Cup champion, which was amazing. It's pretty boring. Like,
George W. Bush going in there. Captain Steve Yzerman.
Oh, that was Bill Clinton, I think. Pretty sure it was
I feel
Clinton.
like we've had this debate before.
It was Clinton.
And I feel like I was wrong.
Only because I remember it. It was Clinton.
Interesting.
I find that I find
I'm
it's just,
picturing his voice.
there's so many of these traditions. It's like, okay, we can stop now. Like, who cares?
Well, it always
Does
just
anyone-
turns into a thing.
Yeah, that's like, oh, and then I'm going to politically abstain from going, and fine, whatever.
Tim
It's
Thomas
just-
protesting Obama, a bunch of guys in the Patriots protesting Trump. And I don't know. It's just a picture. I think it's nice for them. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
about it.
I just don't know why people care. I don't think they do.
No, I don't think they do.
Next question, Jesse.
I was just looking up some of the stuff on teams going to the White House. It used to be an old tradition in baseball. In 1965, the Brooklyn Atlantics won the baseball championship at the time. And they went
The baseball championship at the time.
because this is 1865.
Oh my God.
And the MLB didn't exist, so I don't know what to call it. And Pittsburgh Steelers visited in 1980. And in 1991, the NBA started going. And then, yeah. So it's been a tradition for a little bit.
I wonder if the
Anyways.
Raptors would go.
Nope.
Got 2 American Olympics.
We won't have to find out.
dare you. Hey,
Listen,
we
they
can
have
come back.
not played well. You want to talk about fragile mentality. And LeBron is that good.
Yeah,
Make
now-
no mistake. But
Did you see him spin the ball in front of Ibaka and then shoot a 3? That was so disrespectful.
Well, this is my
and
thing.
Ibaka's a good defender. Like,
This is my thing. Like a lot of people were ranting about how bad the Raptors were. Are you sure? Like, or was it just LeBron? It's just
Well, yeah.
not even the Cavs. LeBron.
And the thing is that we're saying the Raptors are bad and they're in the second round, which the Leafs haven't gotten to since we were in grade 10.
He did stuff. He did stuff in that game that the Simpsons version of the Globetrotters did to the Simpsons version of the Generals. That's
It's
insane.
stupid. It's stupid.
He had a beer.
Yeah. But I
it's LeBron James.
no, but also the Raptors sort of should have walked all over the Bucks and didn't.
That's fair.
And that's where my worry comes
That's
from.
fair.
I think they had a weird year. There are going to be some changes in Raptorland this year, I think.
I don't know.
Lowry's a UFA.
I think Lowry's gone, and I
sucks.
wonder about
Ibaka's
Dwayne
UFA,
Casey.
Yeah.
Oh man, didn't he just win like Coach of the Year or something?
No,
Couple
couple years.
A couple years ago.
I like watching the games, but like I don't pay that much attention.
This is the most upvoted comment on our Reddit page for this week. Steve, when you eventually get another dog,
Nope.
how about you name it something that acknowledges the dog days of the Leafs past and your friend Adam's French roots? How about you name it Luke Shen? Shen as in Chien.
Wait, what?
Luke Shen, like Chien.
Chien,
I like that's very creative.
which is French for dog. I also believe it's French for bitch, though.
Is it?
I think so.
They taught us that in school and didn't tell us that?
Well, why would they tell us that? Like, no, because it literally means dog, but also so does bitch. So I don't know.
I would want to know if I'm
not
being
gonna
taught a
do
swear
that.
word, okay?
If I don't know, Crosby seems to make the most sense, or Sid, or something. Well, I can't name it Sid. But Crosby.
You're gonna name your dog Crosby?
Why don't you get
Because it's Iggy and Crosby. The
Why don't
whole
you-
reason
why don't you get
Iggy is named Iggy is because of the golden goal.
Why don't you get a Boston
No.
Terrier and name it Austin Terrier?
Austin Terrier!
That's
No!
Yes. Yes, the answer is yes.
Austin Terrier.
Austin Terrier.
No. No.
I don't think you could just name it Crosby. That's
87!
you need the
Dempsters!
because you didn't name
Dempsters, get over here!
you didn't name Iggy Aginla.
Cole Harbor! Cole! I'll name it Cole.
Name it Matt Cook.
Matt. Oh, look at that. I gotta pick up Matt Cook shit again.
Matt Cook just vomited all over the kitchen.
Oh, friggin' Matt Cook.
Matt Cook, stop humping Bindi.
Oh, he headshotted that other dog at the dog park.
Wow, he bit that dog's Achilles tendon. It's crazy.
Back up! Flippers down! Oh.
Get it?
Oh.
Sens fans, you get that one?
Honey, you're not going to believe this. Our dog is being investigated by Eugene Melnick. Can't believe this. I don't know. I'll pick a name when we decide to get a second dog, which we won't, so shut up.
By Christmas is my goal. Not my goal, my bet.
She's playing friggin' mind games with me, okay? Because every time I bring up the second dog, she's like, we're not getting a second dog. And then she'll tell me, oh my God, I found this 10-week-old golden doodle at Whitby and it needs a home.
What happens first? Adam has a baby, or Steve gets a second dog?
Steve gets a second
The
dog.
answer is Adam has 2 babies.
Steve gets a second dog.
3 babies.
I'm out of questions, by the way.
Are you?
I am.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be really cool when your 4 babies come over to play with the second dog.
I am not going to have 4 babies.
4 babies.
Four
We're gonna
babies
have
at once?
quadruplets.
I haven't fully unpacked my condo yet. I don't know how I could
I'm
have
going to
kids.
sneak fertility drugs into everything Caprice drinks, and you guys are going to have 4 babies at once. It's going to be like The Simpsons.
That sounds
basically.
awful.
4
like,
babies at once. Hello
terrible.
and welcome to my nightmare. Our problems are solved. We have banana bread.
That would be terrible.
That's going to be you. I'm going to bring you banana bread to help. I'm going to be a big help. Adam, here's banana bread.
Thanks, man. And a Pepsi.
And a Pepsi. Yes.
Okay, so this weekend, we've got some pretty big
Is there a
games.
protest going on at your apartment?
Yes, me for babies right now. We got Ottawa and New York.
New York with the chance to tie it. Ottawa with the chance to get the 3-1 stranglehold.
By next week, though, we could have, I'm pretty sure, the series could be wrapped up. Most of these series could be wrapped up.
By next week,
Yeah.
By,
So-
I want to say Thursday.
So by my question, Tuesday next week, are we talking about the third round? If everybody eliminates this, if everybody that has the advantage eliminates, I think we are talking about the third round, my friends.
Some game, I think some series could potentially be at 7 games, which, by the way, we have not seen a 7-game series in these playoffs yet.
Have you heard Nate Diaz on Ariel Helwani's podcast?
No, I heard he went off on Conor McGregor, though.
I haven't heard any of it.
No.
Okay,
I
whoa.
want to know if you've heard it, so
No.
if I should listen to it.
That's great that you guys are having this conversation on this show. I have no idea what.
I definitely thought.
Thanks for the
because
context.
I definitely
Who
thought
is
what
that?
was coming next was because he said.
no, that was just a question.
Well, I guess we'll listen to it.
Okay.
As friends without our UFC hater friend Adam there.
You guys don't like Star Wars? It's not that I don't hate UFC. I just
Rogue One is the best Star Wars.
I heard Adam say he hates UFC.
I've never said that.
Adam is wrong, and Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie. And if you say
Is
otherwise,
Rogue One
you're
the
right.
new one?
Yeah, it's very, very good.
No, the new one is Episode 7.
I like
A New Hope?
A New
no,
Hope.
was it? No, not A New Hope. That's the fourth one.
Force Awakens?
Force Awakens.
No,
thank
Rogue
you.
One's newer than Force Awakens.
Is it?
Not in this chronology, but it was just released this past Christmas.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, Rogue One's the best one.
Welcome to Steve's memory.
Which one?
I remember Rogue One being the
You
best
saw
one.
Rogue One 5 months ago. Like,
Not
less
even
than that.
It's April.
We
it's
watched
May.
it together in Quebec. Or no, you might have been gone by then. We
I think
watched
it was
Rogue
gone.
One. It had steak. It was great.
Are the new ones being released after all the other ones yet? Like, are they past?
what, the Force Awakens and the
'cause
chronology?
They went 1, 2, 3. No, they went
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3. Are we at 7 yet?
Yes. Force
Yeah,
Awakens is
it's
7.
7.
Rogue One is
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I thought they were still doing like 3.5 and 4.5. So they did a 7.
They're doing some one-offs.
Yeah, Force Awakens is 7.
Like what?
When was Force Awakens?
That was the one that was the first new one of the new 2
Okay.
years ago.
And then when does 8 come out?
Rogue
8
One
comes
is the
out this
best
year,
one.
this
This
December.
this one that's coming. So it's not a 5.5.
No.
Okay.
And then
Best
the
one
Han
by
Solo
far.
with Donald Glover, I believe, is 2018. And then the number 9 will come out in 2019.
Now, is that a point anything, or is it just a spin-off?
That is just a origin story. Like, you know how they do X-Men? You know,
like the Wolverine.
yeah. And they're going to do that with Yoda. They're going to do that with Obi-Wan's sort of already,
But
but
they're
they're
going to
do a few of them.
Goofy stuff where there's going to be nods to certain things while the nerds go, "Oh, this is actually 2.2. Oh, this is before this one." Shut up.
I hope
Star
you're in
Wars
the
He
geeks.
movie.
says this. Steve
I-
says this
I
as
like
though he's
nothing
not
nerdy.
the biggest nerd.
Yeah.
I
that he
like
knows.
nothing
can't
nerdy.
make
You
fun of
collect
nerds.
hockey cards.
I am a cool guy.
Steve's
Cool
job
guy things.
is to sit on YouTube and talk about hockey.
Sometimes I stand on YouTube. so how
Sometimes
dare
he
you.
stands. and he calls people nerds.
I'm gonna start. I was telling Jesse, I'm like, I'm gonna start a
Are
channel.
you making
Where
fun of my YouTubes? How dare you?
I'm gonna start a channel called Adam Sucks at Video Games because I do suck. I'm terrible when I'm brand
Not,
new.
You were
not
good.
when you're a Battlefrontian.
Not except for Battlefronting. I'm basically just gonna try a new video game and suck at it online, and then just watch people make fun
Video
of
and
me.
arcade top 10.
Is that what that is?
Do you don't remember?
I remember that
from
game.
YTV?
Why?
remember
But
that.
those kids
From
were.
YTV.
were
I
they-
used to hate that show because it was a show about video games and all I wanted to do was watch it. And then what you would do is watch 4 people fumble around with
are
a game they
bad.
had no idea how to play.
yeah.
It's the worst when you know you have that game and you play it, and if you were just
Jump there!
yeah,
There's a whistle! No! Shit! How many seconds in are we? 6? Ah!
and then they were. Are you good at Smash Brothers?
I'm a good button smasher, so yeah.
That's all I did.
I
in
was
Smash
okay
Brothers.
at Smash Brothers, yeah. I was the version I played the most was the GameCube one.
Yes,
with
yes, yes.
my
The
buddy.
I feel like
GameCube
that's
one
the
is
everyone-
bananas.
That's the
buddy
one everyone
A-Rod.
plays.
Oh yeah,
the
it was
GameCube
awesome.
one.
It's always Yoshi.
It's the only reason to get GameCube is that
Yeah.
version of it. It was so much fun because you
That
could
and
get like
Animal Crossing.
couldn't you get like 16 in a match or
Characters?
something? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what
There's
the
like
max-
32 characters.
I thought it was 4.
No, but there was ones where
you could do like a crazy rumble.
like Sims or something like that. They come in and they'd be really, really good. Like
Yeah.
we did one, like there was like Sims that would come in, I think. And I believe that, I thought there was more than 4.
I think you're right.
And then,
at a time in your match.
yeah. Yeah. Like there was,
Yeah.
For
Yeah, you can do
multiplayer,
more-
you
you
can
can
only
do
have
more.
So,
like 4.
because I vividly remember sucking,
Yeah.
and my friend who owned it also got beaten by one of the Sims, and we watched the rest of the match not playing it because the Sims were
CPUs
duking it
are
out.
playing, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
It was fun, of course. 'cause
I want to play that game so bad right now. I got a text.
I don't
someone
think
ask if they still
I
have their
doubt
GameCube.
a GameCube costs very much, so I'm sure you
No,
could get
you
one.
don't you have Smash Brothers?
No.
I thought we played it at your party one Christmas.
Oh, I have Smash Brothers for N64.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I've got a working.
Oh my god!
I've got all the good games for N64.
Yeah.
Everything, including Star Fox, which is the greatest.
I was about to ask another question, but we gotta.
What's the question?
Eventually,
What
I
is
was
it?
going to say, did any of you ever play Captain Skyhawk?
I don't know what that is.
No, what is
Game.
that?
It was a like a fighter jet in space game for the original Nintendo, like not Super NES, NES. It was great. Yeah, that's the sound. Here, wait. Oh boy. All the letters are tumbling.
I remember the theme.
Oh, well, it's not a visually or audioly, that's not a word, appealing game. Just sounds like a bunch of farts. Oh, it's the best.
So it's like an arcade plane and you're flying through.
I want to hear the theme song again, man.
Oh, okay.
I need to get inspired.
Captain Skyhawk.
It was earlier part of that video. Oh,
Well,
yeah,
the guy
you were playing
didn't.
it.
The guy didn't stick on it long enough.
Okay, what are the games I played all the time? Captain Skyhawk.
Oh god, that bass.
Also Tecmo World Wrestling.
Did you ever play Tecmo Bowl?
No.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best.
I think
All right. Love you guys. Talk to you Tuesday.
Rogue One's
Third
best.
round.
All the other ones are me.
Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake.
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Brought to you by Panago Pizza. Order at panago.com and stuff your face with deliciousness.